Thank you very much for staying with us. The details of our stories now, starting from the news that broke earlier today. And with less than a year to end his first term, President John Dramani Mahama has reshuffled his ministers, with former Chief of Staff Prosper Douglas Bani appointed to the position of Interior Minister Designate. And just to run by you some of the other positions that have had changes, we are told that Prosper Bani, former Peace and Security Resolution Specialist with the United Nations, will replace the current Member of Parliament for Navrongo Central, Mark Woyongo, who has been reassigned to the Flagstaff House as a Minister of State. Mr. Bani's nomination will also represent a replacement for the Volta Region's Madam Jifa Ativo, who resigned recently as the Transport Minister. A statement issued late Monday also announced appointment of the management and integrated rural development specialist Kenneth Wujangi as a Deputy Chief of Staff for Operations, and will be helping the current Chief of Staff Julius Debra. And Mr. Wujangi, we were told, is a Konkomba from the Saboba district in the northern part of the country. Dr. Edward Brenya is a lecturer at the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology and the Political Science Department specifically. We want to find out from him what he makes of the readings from the President's decision to reshuffle his ministers. Good afternoon, sir. Thank you very much for joining us.
Good afternoon.
Are you surprised that with less than a year to go to a major election, the President will decide to reshuffle his ministerial positions, his ministers?
I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised because the constitutional prerogative of the President is that he appoints ministers who are supposed to help him in accomplishing the job that he's been given by the electorate of Ghana. What that means that, as is often said in political parlance, that the minister lives at his mercy. So therefore, as and when he deems it fit, and who and where he thinks that ministers can help in accomplishing the task that the electorate has given to him, he decides on when and where he places people. So therefore, I'm not surprised. For some of the ministers, for instance, like the Ashanti regional minister, we had rumors that there was going to be the likelihood that he would be replaced. So as I said, I wasn't surprised when I heard the reshuffle this morning.
What kind of role do you think regional balance and issues of competence should play in such a decision?
Yes. I think that, but one of the things we have to take into consideration when it comes to political appointments is that the President combines political, if you will, allegiance, political allegiance to competence. Mine guess is that each person that the President picks to head a particular ministry or agency or district, he sort of look at the competence of the person to carry on that job. And more importantly, the President also ensure that whoever goes or he appoints a particular position is a person that will buy into his vision, his agenda for developing Ghana. Therefore, it is not just the competence part, but the fact that that person will be able to combine the political expectations of the President in the direction that he wants the country to go.
What would your take be on a particular ministry like that of youth and sport? And since the days of former President Kufuor, through President Mills, and then currently President John Dramani Mahama, that particular ministry has had several shake-ups. Do you think it is for the betterment, or it is denigrating or having taken a toll on that ministry? Is it really growing, or it's heading downwards?
I'm sorry, can you repeat your question? I didn't get another part of the question.
I'm asking about this particular ministry, the youth and sports. And we've had several ministers take that, or several different persons take that particular position. And I'm asking that, do you think that the continual change of ministers for that particular ministry is hurting or helping that ministry?
The Ministry of Youth and Sport is an interesting ministry because you realize that this is a ministry that the moment you appoint someone, over 20 million Ghanaians think that each one of them has an idea of how best to run the ministry. That is the problem that we are dealing with. Sometimes, I don't know, if we look at the history of Ghana, Ichimesa seems to be the longest minister that has served at the ministry. It is not in the interest, the best interest of the nation that we keep reshuffling ministers, but since these are politicians who at times want to listen to the wishes of the people as a way of bringing political capital, therefore sometimes they are compelled to remove some of these ministers when they say that there is public agitation against the ministers. We would have wished that sometimes some ministers would stay longer so that they can help in reshaping the Ministry of Youth and Sports. But as you say, that has not been the case. Our hope is that the new Minister of Executive will be able this time around to work around the politics of the ministry and probably ensure that the stability and it can stay longer. But I doubt how long or how things are going to go out with this appointment.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much, Dr. Edward Brenya. I would have to leave it here for now. We're grateful for your time. He is a lecturer at the Political Science Department of the University of Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology. But just before we go to our next story, let me quickly run by you the other ministerial positions that have had changes. Honorable Edwin Neil Ante van der Poy has been appointed the Minister for Youth and Sports designate. John Alexander Akon is going to the Ashanti region as a Minister designate. Kweku Rickett Hagan is going to the Central region as Minister designate. Mavis Amafrempo, Minister designate for the Eastern region. And then we have Abdallah Abubakar, he is Minister designate for the Northern region. We also have Albert Abongo, he is a member of parliament and also has been appointed Minister designate for the the Upper East region. And Andy Osei Okra, Deputy Minister designate for the Ashanti region. And then Robert Baba Kuganab, and he's going to the Upper East region as Deputy Minister designate.